Stephan, it is so great to have you here with me today. I'm so excited to speak to you about your expertise and your background. So please go ahead and tell us about yourself.
Yeah, thanks, Petra. So my background is I've worked about 10 years in the FMCG, fast-moving consumer goods and pharma industry, and a similar sort of time, 10 to 12 years in the operations management consultancy area.
Yeah, great. And tell us, you experience in both sides of the field, don't you?
Correct. So I've worked both sides of the table, so I know what it's like to be in operations and supply chain roles in industry, but at the same time I also know what it's like to come from the outside in and give advice to people in those roles.
Fantastic. And you also have international experience, don't you?
Yes, correct. So originally I'm from Germany. You can probably spot my accent.
Yeah.
So I worked a long time all over Europe. I had assignments. I worked for a global pharmaceutical company, and I had assignments on every continent. I worked in America,
every continent.
Africa, a lot of time in Asia, Southeast Asia, China, Japan, and Australia, of course.
Australia.
Yeah.
And tell us, you work a lot with senior leaders in that space. And so what are the challenges they are experiencing at the moment?
So what you find with senior leaders in operations and supply chain roles is because of the urgency and the high pressure in those roles, people are usually they're very stressed, they're overworked. They find themselves stuck in a position. They feel undervalued, and very often they don't have the lack of clarity about what their goals are or what their vision is in life, what they want to achieve.
And how does that stuckness and that overwhelm manifest? Like, what does that look like for leaders?
So what you usually hear when you engage with clients in those situations and roles, they use certain language, and that's the first signs of when they start talking about they don't have enough time, or they feel like they're missing out on family time or time with friends. That's usually the first sign that there is something underlying issues where they actually find it's out of balance. It's also another sign is they work very long hours. Very often they work on weekends. They prioritize work, and they define themselves through work.
Yeah, because their identity is defined by
Absolutely.
what they do, right?
Correct.
So how does coaching help them move from a state of overwhelm, not spending time with their family? Often their health does suffer, they often are fit and overweight. How does coaching help them move past that point?
So with coaching, what coaching will enable you is to open up your horizon and really explore what you want to achieve in your life. What is your vision? What are your goals? What makes you tick? What do you think it's worthwhile pursuing? And get that clarity. With that clarity, you can actually then define a path on how to get there. And that will usually help you to get your life back in balance and have a better priorities, basically.
Yeah, because it's so hard to see a way out of when you're doing something so much, so regularly, it's so hard to see out of that hole, and then coaching really does open up the options and the opportunities again. So that's so beautiful. So tell us, if someone's interested in engaging with you and goes, man, I so need coaching, how can they go about doing that?
So absolutely. So I would say go on my LinkedIn site, Stephan Mang. On that my profile, I have a link where you can book directly a free, complimentary and confidential clarity session where we just do a bit of exploration to see where are you right now in your life and where do you want to be. It's half an hour, 20 minutes, completely complimentary. And if you choose not to pursue it, at least you have got something out of it. You got already a first step of making a change in your life.
Yeah, great. So that sounds so easy. And the nice thing about that link is, you can just jump on.
Correct.
The diary's right there. You can just click in a time that suits you and then go from there. There's no messing around. So that's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thanks for your time.